What is science? Some people define it as the study of nature. Others say it's the pursuit of knowledge through observation and experiment. But at its heart, science is much more than that. Science is the human journey to uncover truth, the attempt to understand the invisible order behind everything we see, touch, and experience. But here's something to think about. Science does not create laws. It only discovers them. Gravity worked long before Isaac Newton described it. The Earth rotated around the Sun long before Copernicus explained it. The laws of motion, energy, or life itself were not invented by us. They were already there. All we did was peel back the layers. So the real question is, why is the universe structured in such a way that it can be discovered at all? Why is there order instead of chaos? Why do things follow patterns instead of random nonsense? This is where science points to something beyond itself. The Quran describes this beautifully. Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of the night and the day, are signs for those of understanding. Surah Al-Imran 3:190. In other words, the universe is not meaningless. It is full of signs, waiting for people who think, who reflect, and who use reason. Science is simply one of the tools we use to read these signs. And when we study nature, we find that it speaks the same language everywhere. The same chemical elements we find on Earth exist across distant stars. The same DNA structure builds life in the smallest bacteria and in the human body. The same force of gravity that pulls an apple to the ground also holds galaxies together. The Quran emphasizes this consistency. You will never find any change in the way of God. Surah Al-Fath 48:23. Think about the Big Bang Theory. Modern science says the universe began from a single origin, a point of unimaginable density and energy. The Quran mentioned something striking. Have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were a joined entity, and we separated them and made from water every living thing? Then will they not believe? Surah Al-Anbiya 21:30. That verse not only reflects the concept of the universe once being joined before separation, but it also highlights water as the essence of life, something science confirms today. Or take cosmology. Astronomers discovered that the universe is expanding. Galaxies are moving apart. This was shocking to 20th century science. But over 1,400 years ago, the Quran stated, "And we built the heaven with strength, and indeed we are expanding it." Surah Ad-Dariyat 51:47. Even the oceans hold mysteries science only recently uncovered. Marine research shows that where fresh water and salt water meet, they maintain a barrier, preventing complete mixing. The Quran describes this. He released the two seas, meeting side by side. Between them is a barrier they do not transgress. Surah Ar-Rahman 55:19-20. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. Science tells us how things work, the equations, the mechanisms, the processes. But it does not tell us why. Why do mathematical laws describe reality so perfectly? Why is DNA structured like an intelligent code? Why does the universe seem finely tuned to allow life to exist at all? These why questions go beyond science itself, and this is where faith and reason meet. The search for knowledge is not an accident. It is part of our very design. Human beings are naturally curious. We ask, we wonder, we imagine. No animal builds particle accelerators to study atoms, or giant telescopes to capture galaxies billions of light years away. Only humans do that. This is a sign that our thirst for truth is linked to a higher purpose. Science without purpose can become arrogant and sometimes even destructive. But when it is guided by meaning, it becomes a path of enlightenment. Faith without knowledge can become blind. But when it is joined with reason, it becomes powerful and inspiring. The balance of both is what makes us complete. So, the next time you read about a scientific discovery, whether it's a new planet found in deep space or a breakthrough in medical research, don't just see it as random progress. See it as part of something bigger. These are signs, pieces of a puzzle that all point in the same direction. The universe is ordered, consistent, and full of wisdom. Science is not the enemy of faith. It is the flashlight that helps us see the signs that were always there. And when we follow those signs with sincerity, they lead us to truth, to meaning, and to the Creator who made it all possible.